I am Randy Twaniak, owner of Expedia Cruises Edmonton West location. It's January 2021, and this is the year that many of us will begin to travel again and see the world. Travel will be different and in some ways more complicated as we deal with COVID issues in our own country and in the countries around the world. There'll be new rules with each country deciding on its entry requirements, and pre-trip COVID testing may be required. We want to make sure our clients get back to traveling safely and are informed of all the new policies and procedures. My team of 24 professional vacation consultants are here for you, not only to plan your bucket list travels, but also to help you navigate through the new complexities of travel so we can help you get back to traveling and doing it safely. Today we bring you Leslie Schaff, Business Development Manager for Avalon Waterways. Leslie will be letting us know about Avalon Waterways is doing to make sure you can sail on the river safely. The protocols and safety measures Avalon Waterways has put into place are ever-changing based on current scientific data and country requirements to ensure maximum safety for crew, passengers, and of course the countries they visit. Welcome, Leslie. Thanks for joining us today.
So today I'm happy to share sweet, safe, and sound cruising with Avalon Waterways. We want to make sure that you are safe, you have a fantastic cruise, and I know you're looking at 2021 and beyond travel, and we have the right protocols put into place that you're going to have a sweet, safe, and sound cruise. Today I will not focus on the river ships and our beautiful panorama suites. I'm going to just focus on all the new protocols that we have in place moving forward. And we do have our award-winning ships, our award-winning panorama suites, and our award-winning shore excursions, and your Expedia Cruise consultant can share all of that information with you. So today I'm going to highlight Avalon Assurance Enhanced Onboard Procedures and Protocols. And this is a moving document, always changing, like Randy mentioned, that you know, in today's world, there's always new procedures and protocols being put into place. So Avalon has this available for you. Your Expedia Cruises consultant can share this information with you, because we do actually have a document, a PDF put into place of all of our enhanced onboard procedures and protocols I'm going to talk about today. So let's talk about our commitment to the cleanest river ships. Now, we have invested a lot into our cleaning procedures that we have on Avalon. We've always had 5-star impeccable clean river ships, always passed those inspections. Every time an inspection came on board, we had passed with flying colors. We always got the 110% reviews from their inspectors. But just to note that we have invested a lot when it comes to our cleaning moving forward as well. We're going to use those electrostatic disinfecting systems, and I think you might have seen these being used maybe in your local doctor's office maybe, or you've seen it in the gyms, and we've invested in this, and these help clean the soft surfaces. You've got to think of curtains, chairs, the couches, and really disinfect everything really good. The dining areas, but in disinfecting the dining areas, think of all those chairs in the dining areas that will be using this system. We have this disinfecting also for our, onboard, we share items, and there is share items that we'll still have, like the bicycles, maybe the helmets, the Nordic walking sticks. And again, working with these new, and these are eco-friendly cleaners that we use as well. A lot of people ask this question about what type of products are you using. They're all eco-friendly, and we have been committed to eco-friendly disinfecting and cleaning products this entire time Avalon's been around. Ongoing crew training. So when you come on board Avalon, our crew are going to be the experts. So, and I'll talk a lot about the crew today and health and safety of the crew, as well as they are the experts, and they have been trained in using these disinfecting technology that we've invested in, and also trained in all the procedures and protocols put into place. And again, these river ships move, and you move from city to city, town to town, and everywhere that we visit might have a different rules and regulations put into place when it comes to maybe masks, maybe social distancing. So our crew are well trained in this as well. When it comes to your room, and I'll talk about the rooms and disinfecting the rooms actually are cleaned twice a day and disinfected twice a day, and focusing on those, of course, those high touch points. But we understand that, and hotels I know are doing this right now, that you might not, once you've checked into your room, you might not want someone else to ever enter your room while the whole time that you are traveling. And that's okay. So you can ask for no housekeeping. I know the hotels do that. But just to know that our procedures and protocols put into place that your room would be cleaned twice a day, focusing on those high touch points as well, disinfecting all those soft surfaces as well in your room. So there's a lot of asking about testimonials and quotes, and you know, when it comes to the praise of our river ships, and these are quotes that in praises that we had before the pandemic started, right? So this is someone named Cindy Stamps, a past traveler with us. And she said, it amazed me that they had a person on our boat that apparently did nothing but clean down the steps up and down on the inside entry into the boat, stair rails, and never been as clean as steps, spotlessly cleaned all day long. So just to know that we were cleaning all the time anyways before this whole pandemic started. And we're just upping our game and moving forward for 2021 and beyond. So before you go, so there's a lot of questions about before you go. Randy talked about the COVID testing, as well as maybe the vaccinations. And again, this is all changing, and we're really working on a new document talking about the COVID testing and the vaccinations. So we'll probably have more information about that in the near future, because again, this is ever changing, and like the Canadian government just changed something last week, right, when it came to COVID testing. So, but when it comes to before you go, that we will be informing you a lot of information before you go. For example, what to pack, what to expect. Make sure you don't forget to bring a mask, you know, to maybe have the hand sanitizer and your disinfectant wipes for the airplane. So we will talk about all this before you go. There'll be some health questions as well before you go. It's more of like just a questionnaire that you have to answer just to see what your health is like before the trip. And again, all this information is available for you through the Expedia Cruises consultant to make it go through that questionnaire with you and to make sure that you are answering all the questions accordingly. When it comes to the health and safety questionnaire though, don't be alarmed. It's really just a screening questionnaire. And just to know that, and I think it's peace of mind for that you know that you've done the health and safety waiver, and all the other travelers on the river cruise have also done the same health and safety waiver and went through all the questions and protocols and went through everything. So just to know before you go, which I think is really, really important, and a lot of questions come up when it comes to that. When it comes to when you get to Avalon, you get to embark the beautiful river ship, what do you expect? Our crew will be wearing masks at all times. And if you are in the dining areas or in the bar, our crew will also be wearing gloves as well, because we will be serving. But when you come on board, the first thing we're going to do is take your luggage away from you. And a crew member will disinfect your luggage, because we don't know who's handled your luggage. You know, you maybe had a car service on the way to the airport, and then the airline handled your luggage. And then, you know, and then maybe a car service when you're arriving into your destination. So we take your luggage away from you. We completely disinfect your luggage, which is, I think, is really, really nice and peace of mind as well. And then we will actually put your luggage in your room for you. Okay, so not to worry about that. When you arrive, the cruise director will be there to greet you. We have our adventure hosts, we have our housekeeping and reception there, and they're all there to greet you and to give you a little orientation of the river ship. Now, they are trained in all the procedures and protocols put into place where we're traveling as well. So they are the experts. So mask wearing, again, the crew will be wearing masks all the time. Now, the question I get a lot about is, do I have to wear a mask when I'm on the river ship? And the answer is, we recommend to wear a mask when you're not able to physical distance. So let's say you're walking from your room to the lounge. Maybe wear your mask from the room to the lounge, Once you're seated in the lounge, and the lounge is set up where it is easy to physical distance, that you can remove your mask when you're in the lounge because you're able to physical distance from other travelers. So that's just, again, this is ever changing. So these are just guidelines we have now, but this could change when you're moving forward, when maybe in 2022, maybe this is something we want to be talking about, right? So. And then our crew members are also trained in all first aid and CPR. So just knows that when you're welcomed on board, you're meeting this crew, they are all trained in first aid and CPR. And just to know when you're river cruising, we are minutes away from local hospitals. There's not, you know, we are not hours away from anything. We're minutes away. So if you do need some medical attention or some medical guidance, we are minutes away from hospitals. It's nice about river cruising though, we do bring on doctors on board too. So you can stay in your room and we can bring a doctor on board. That's very common with river cruising. So the staff is the ones that actually support you 24/7 on Avalon Waterways. So while traveling on Avalon, Avalon goes above and beyond that you have home away from home. And we don't want to take any of that ambiance away from river cruising, even if you maybe have to wear a mask, maybe if you see more hand sanitizing stations, and even if you have to get your temperature checked. And that's something that we will be doing while traveling with Avalon, is that your temperature will be checked, but it's not going to be really noticeable that's happening. It's actually a kiosk similar to what the airports have. And it won't be someone holding a thermometer up to your forehead. Where I think this is really strange, to be honest with you. So it's nice that the kiosk is touch-free, you know, you get your temperature checked daily. And we also do wellness checks. So we're making sure that everyone is feeling healthy and great as well when they're traveling as well. We do have enhanced cleaning, like I talked about with what we've invested with our cleaning procedures that we have on, but the house cleaning is hourly cleaning the common areas of the river ship. You'll always see the housekeepers out cleaning, like I mentioned with what with our guest comments were with the testimonial. So when it comes to touch points, you gotta think of river cruising is that we've taken away the touch points from you. So while traveling with Avalon, again, we've taken care of your luggage, like I mentioned, and disinfected your luggage. You don't have to stand in lines when it comes to the onshore excursions and buy tickets and give out your credit card. When it comes to all of these touch points, we've taken these away. Which is nice about river cruising and doing something escorted, is that we're taking touch points away. There's no standing in line, where everything is taken care of. The VIP access is really, really nice. We also have what we call the Avalon Go app. Now, this is something more your Expedia Cruises consultant will talk to you about before you go, and something to know before you go about this app that you can use. And this app has all of the information about your river cruise on here, as well as has all of your, anything to do what you can do in the destination. Maps, for example, all of this is available for you on the app. So again, something, again, touch-free, not a piece of paper that you're picking up all the time. These are, again, something just all on your phone or your iPad, or even if you have to use your computer, you have access to all of this as well. So the safety I mentioned extends off the ship as well, which I'll talk about the shore excursions, and it's really blending cultural proximity with social distancing. So our shore excursions, there's lots of choices of shore excursions with Avalon. And so our group sizes are quite small when it comes to our shore excursions. Average group size is 20 to 24 guests on our shore excursions. Sometimes it could be smaller, sometimes it may be a little larger depending on where you're traveling. So to know that when you're out doing the shore excursions, it's easy to physical distance. We have the proper amount of transportation to pick you up at the river ship, so you can do a social distance, physical distance shore excursion. We are, again, the professionals, so we know all the procedures and the protocols put into place where you're traveling. So some places are requiring you to wear masks outdoors. So we would advise when you would need to wear a mask outdoors. Most places now, like museums and cathedrals, are advising masks to be worn inside. So we'd advise that as well when it comes to our shore excursions. A question about the ship capacity, and I get this a lot, especially lately. And we will reduce the ship capacity required for more space on board per guest if needed. So if we have to, that's what we're going to do. Right now, our river ships hold a maximum of 166 guests, and there's plenty of space on our river ships to easily physical distance. We will be introducing more dining venues when you're traveling. So right now we have our main dining room and we have our panorama bistro, but we have other areas on our river ship that we could be creative with and introduce more dining areas so you'd be able to physical distance more in the dining options. So we are really taking a good look at this, and we are prepared when we are able to travel again, and we have all the pieces put together. So what we need to do, we are ready. We have like a plan A, plan B, plan C, and they're all ready for you. So to note that. And if the question about masks, I'm sure when you're traveling on the airline, you have your mask, and you get to Avalon, you have your mask. And I think masks are now becoming a trend. We're getting used to this. And we all have a certain type of mask that we are comfortable with, and we want you to be comfortable. So you're most likely going to bring like 3 or 4 of your more favorite masks. But let's say you forgot a mask, you lost a mask. What are we going to do? Avalon will have masks on board that we will give you as well. So not to worry about that. Touching hearts, not hands. So let's talk about sanitizing. So I talked about the cleaning of the river ship and how clean the river ship will be. It's sparkling, everywhere that we go. But we are reducing risk-free, hands-free services, including we have the sanitizing stations throughout the river ship. And we will be asking you to sanitize your hands when you embark the river ship. And when you come into another common room, like the lounge or the dining room, there'll be sanitizing stations, and there'll be crew members actually manning the sanitizing stations to remind you to sanitize your hands. We will be removing right now, we will not have buffets. I know when you read the brochure and you're looking online, we talk about our meals and the buffets. So we're actually going to, right now we're removing our self-serve items, and everything will be a la carte crew served, including the buffet breakfast and the buffet lunch that we offer. We're now going to move it to a menu and crew served. And then we also are really famous for having the complimentary coffee, tea, espresso machines in our club lounge. And it used to be self-serve, and you came and go and helped yourself. Not to worry, we're not going to remove those. It's just to be crew served as well. And then the cookies and the donuts and all the pastries that we have in the club lounge are also going to be crew served. So I like that idea, to be honest, because maybe instead of taking 2 cookies, I might just get 1, right? Because someone's serving me now versus helping myself. So any self-serve that we've had in the past will now be crew served, just to know that. So, and that's just for now. This could change. Like I said, this may change, but right now this is the plans that we have put into place. And then we have our commitment to the cleanest ships, like I've already talked about. And if you have any questions on this, again, we do have a document that Expedia Cruises can share with you, as well as they're happy to reach out to me with any questions as well when it comes to the cleaning of our river ships. But we really do focus on not just those high touch points, but all those soft surfaces as well, like I talked about. So extra room. So this is really important to talk about, is about the rooms on Avalon. And the question we get a lot about is that how is air circulated on a river ship? And 80% of our rooms are panorama suites, just like the picture here, the couple looking out the window. This is a floor to ceiling, wall to wall window that does open. And 80% of our rooms are these on Avalon. And they really bring the fresh air in with these rooms. All of our rooms are outside staterooms. There's no inside stateroom on an Avalon river ship. But when it comes to your temperature control, your air conditioning, each room has its own, and we do not share air from room to room. Every room brings the fresh air in versus a circular system that shares between the ship. Our river ships have been designed that every room has its own control and does not share air from room to room. So that's a question we commonly get nowadays, and I hope that this gives you some more peace of mind about river cruising. When it comes to the rest of the river ship, there is plenty of space. Like I mentioned, we do have a dining room. We have a club lounge at the rear of the river ship. Of course, there's the sky deck. There's plenty of space to easily physical distance on a river ship, even though you're thinking, these are really small compared to what I'm used to, 110 meters, 135 meters. But not to worry, we have a lot of space on a river ship. And because most of our rooms are suites, there's actually less people on board and easy to physical distance on Avalon. So ensuring healthy and happy guests. So I talked a little bit about the crew members. What about our guests? And we really want to make sure that you have a healthy and safe experience with Avalon. We ask our guests to notify us that when they're not feeling very well, because it's really, like I mentioned, it's easy to bring a doctor on board. It's easy to go to a hospital on a river cruise to make sure everything is okay, that you are healthy and okay. So just to make sure, and just advise our crew, they're there to assist. They remember they are trained with all health and safety in mind. And we just want to make sure that you're having a fantastic time. And don't be afraid to tell us if you are maybe just the sniffles, right? Or a sore throat. Maybe you have a headache, just don't be afraid to tell us, because we want to make sure to help you and to make sure that you will still have a great river cruise experience. And if needed, we would bring all the right people there to help you. So I know sometimes we're a little shy about mentioning if we're not feeling well nowadays, but we just want to make sure that, again, that you report it to us so we can help you again, so you can have a great river cruise experience. And I mentioned everything is pretty local when it comes to medical attention. So ensuring healthy crew and happy crews. So if you wouldn't have a fantastic river cruise experience if the crew weren't healthy and happy people. Our crew have always had to have medical waivers to work with us, but now they will actually have to have negative COVID tests as well before they start their contract with us as well. They are going to be having daily temperature checks, and and nice about our crew and how happy they're going to be is that they're going to be easily physical distance in their crew quarters as well. And I think that's really, really important, not only for guests, but for the crew members. So to know that we have invested in all these procedures and protocols for our guests. We've also invested on all of this for our crew as well. So again, peace of mind when you're traveling with our crew members to know that they are able to physical distance, that they have had their temperature checked daily, just like everybody else. So heading for home, again, is really, we wanted to make sure that, again, you have a healthy experience going home, just like you had a healthy experience coming to the river ship. So we are happy to help with any transfer, or any accommodations or transfers or anything like that. We're eager to help. Our crew are eager to help to make sure that you do have a healthy experience after you disembark your Avalon river ship. And your Expedia Cruises consultant also can talk to you about this as well. So peace of mind for 2021 and beyond. So once you've booked an Avalon river cruise, every booking comes with what we call a peace of mind travel plan. This is complimentary. There is no fee to this. It's automatically attached to your booking. And what does peace of mind mean is that maybe you have an Avalon river cruise booked for October 2021. And when closer to that final payment date, you're talking to your Expedia Cruises consultant, and you're just not sure if you're ready to travel in October 2021. Hey, not to worry, you can move that booking to maybe the spring of 2022 or move it to the fall of 2022. It is just moving that deposit over. It's really simple, and they can secure another river cruise itinerary and date for you. It's simple as that, no questions asked. You just need to make sure you talk to your Expedia Cruises consultant before your final payment. So it's really easy for us to move that over before final payment. Now, this might not be just changing your mind because you just don't feel safe to travel. What if someone decided they're going to get married, or what if your daughter's having a baby? You know, all of this falls into peace of mind. right? So it's, you know, peace of mind, right? We think about, I'm not ready to travel, but all, you know, things happen in life, you know, and if your daughter's having a baby while you're supposed to be river cruising, maybe you might want to be home, right? So, so you can take advantage of the peace of mind with that as well. And so this is it for my formal presentation. Again, we do have a document available with all of this information. And again, the Expedia Cruises consultants are well experienced and taken all the specialty courses to know exactly what Avalon is doing to keep you healthy and safety, so you have a sweet, sound and safe river cruise experience.
Thank you, Leslie, for that information. Can't wait to get on the rivers again. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and we look forward to helping you plan your future trips. Have a great day. Thank you.